We are working on this reactive form and we are using some validation messages to display the error over here. This message is coming from this place. Here we have implemented some logic, and based on that logic we are getting this error. But it is not recommended to write the logical code in the template file. The code for your logic must be placed in the TS file. So over here I want to write that logic, and here on the HTML page I just want to display a very simple error message. Okay, so over here let's get a new property with the name title error message, like this. The type is string, and let's get a new method over here. So this is basically a private method. Here I'm writing validate title control. Let's use the void return type, and that's it. If there is any change in the value of this particular form control, then I can call this method and I can write it over here, this dot validate title control. Okay, and because I want to work with this title control, so I can pass it over here. Now let's do the same thing here as well. So this is the title control, and let's see what is the type. The type is abstract control. You can write that over here like this. If you want to pass the value as a form control, then you can also define it as form control over here like this, but this time you have to provide the type at this place like as form control. Now what will happen whenever there is any change in the value of this particular title control, then every time we will get this validate title control, and we can write our logic at this place. What is the logic that we have implemented over here? The logic is if it is invalid or it is touched. Let's do that here. Here I'm writing if the title control is invalid and this title control is touched, then I want to write some logic at this place. But to make it even more better, we can just update this condition, like if there is any errors and we have touched it or we have updated the value. To get the updated value, we can use the dirty check. So here I'm writing title control dot dirty. If there is any error in this control and we have touched it or updated the value, then I just want to write the logic over here. So here I can write again using the if condition, if the title control dot errors, if it is required, if the type of error is required, then I want to set the error message this dot title error message. This is a required field. Else if. Now let's write another condition for the other validation failure. So if it is min length, then I want to write a different message over here. Here I'm writing minimum length is 10, and by default I want to set its value to null, this one. Okay, now let's use this error message on the HTML file. So here we are on the HTML file. This is the place. At this place, let's remove everything whatever we have written. Remove this entire condition and just put this error message. Now you will see we do not have any kind of logic over here. We are simply using this title error message property, and the logic of the validation of this property we have moved it in the component file. Let's verify the changes. So if I'm making any change over here, immediately you will see we are getting the error message minimum length is 10. If I'm removing it completely, you will notice that this required is working this time now, and we are having this is a required field validation message. There is one more thing that you can do over here. We have written this 10 as a hard-coded value, but you can get it from this min length dot required length. So in the component file, what will happen? Over here you can write title control dot errors dot min length dot the required length, and if I will update the value to, let's say, 7, make any change, you will see the minimum length is 7, we are getting this error message, and we are getting it dynamically without changing anything in this error message. So you can implement your own logic over here to get or update the validation messages. Even you can get these messages from a specific API or from a file that you can write in your Angular application. This is how you can set the different validation messages for a control from your component TS file, and you can do the same approach for all of them. So let's say you want to do the same thing for the authors, although I would recommend it to do by yourself. So this is the control that we are using, and over here first you have to use this mat hint to display the error message, and in the ng on init, this is the place you have to write one more similar code. This one, just copy it and just paste it again and write author, write the author here also, and use this author over here. And we have created this method. Just get one more method for the author control and just implement couple of validations and do it over here. So I'm just going to remove it because I don't want it. I want you to implement this logic. Let's remove these things, the commented code, because it is not required. And we have written some of the logic over here, so let's remove this one also. This is how you can display your error messages from the component TS file.